If you've ever wondered, are short sales coming back in 2023? Well, you've come to the right place, although the answers may not be what you're expecting. Hi, my name is Don Thornton. I'm known as Don the Short Sale Guy because I've helped well over 3,500 homeowners get out from under upside down properties, stop the foreclosure, and save their credit. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about the economic conditions that I believe are a roadmap to some pretty dire situations with the housing market in 2023. Specifically, I'm going to be talking about how inflation is leading to higher mortgage rates and how that's all together is going to cause some very major disruptions in the housing market. I'm going to talk to you about how the real estate market is starting to trend down nationally, not just in different areas, but nationally as well. And I'm going to talk about how these factors are going to increase the amount of distressed sellers that are going to be needing to sell their properties, and how all these factors are going to mean there's more upside down homeowners, which means more short sales. So let's get into it. Let's talk about what's going on with inflation and how that's affecting mortgage rates. So I don't know, but none of us here have any doubt that inflation is really, really kicked up a notch in the last year, but especially this year in 2022. And it's such an insidious factor that goes on in our economy, and it affects us in so many different ways. So I don't know if you know or not, but just in September, the consumer price index rose 0.4%. For 1 month, that's pretty huge. Now, the inflation rate this year is now 8.2%. I mean, that is really, really high. Now, listen, you can tell I'm old. I'm 58 years old, soon to be 59. I mean, I remember when inflation was like in double digits, high teens back in the early 80s, early to mid 80s, and I can tell you that it's very insidious, and it's going to cause major, major problems. And I don't see anything happening in the world right now that's going to cause inflation to go down. So you've got, we still have supply chain issues, and we have the war in Ukraine. We have energy prices. All this uncertainty is causing those prices to go up. And not to mention, no one talks about this, but corporation profits in the U.S. are off the charts. They've had some of the most profitable years this year in the history of, as long as the statistics were being compiled or checked. So they're sticking it to us as well. So all these factors are leading to really high inflation, and I don't see those going away anytime soon. So that really affects the mortgage market. So do you know that in a month the rates for a 30-year fixed went up almost 2 points? So now they are at 7.2%. Now, this time last year, they were 3.1%. I mean, that is just crazy, right? I mean, think about this from a point of view of real estate. So last year, if a buyer wanted to purchase a property with a mortgage for $314,000 with 3.1%, then the mortgage payment would be around 1,100, maybe 11, close to $1,200. I think it's like 1,197, something like that. So anyway, if we look at it now, so if a homeowner, or excuse me, a prospective homeowner wants to buy a property with financing with a 30-year fixed with a 7.2% interest rate, well, they're going to be paying close to $2,000 a month. It's a huge difference. That's like almost, what is it? Almost $900, $800 more a month. Now think about how that's going to affect the buyer pool. Many more people are going to be, it's going to be out of their price range. More properties are going to be out of their price range. And so with lesser buyers, that means homeowners, sellers are going to have to lower their prices. I'll get into that in a second. But let's talk about that. So that's how it's affecting mortgage rates. So let's talk about now how it's affecting I mean, just general population. We know that most Americans are completely in debt. And with inflation biting hard into what they can spend on, and the problem is that wages are not keeping up. So it's a vicious cycle here because you got prices rise, you got to pay more for rent, you got to pay more for, or your mortgage payment's higher. Possibly if you buy recently or you get to refinance, if your car payments are going to go up, food. everything that you spend is rising dramatically. So think about this. I mean, we're talking about uh, if prices are increasing, 4 to 5% a month, and you put that over 12 months, I mean, you're getting significant price increases. Plus, like I said, the corporations are sticking it to us by using inflation as cover to raise their prices, and it just keeps going and going and going. So what does that mean? That means that people are just more and more people are not going to be able to pay their bills. And when that happens, you're going to start seeing more defaults. And as it gets worse and worse, then you're going to get more and more people going into foreclosure, and that's going to obviously it's going to affect the market as well, because so you're going to have more distressed properties go up for sale, and that's going to, slowly but surely, it's going to bring the prices down. And what does that mean? Of course, if the prices go down, people that bought at the height of the market in the last couple of years, people who refinanced, they're going to be upside down. So as prices go down, their mortgages are still up here, and as they start having problems with, paying the bills, that means more and more homeowners who are going to be forced to sell, and the only way they can do it is to do a short sale. So I'm going to come back from a break here real quick, and I'll tell you about how the real estate market now is trending down and why you don't want to miss that as well. But in the meantime, I'd love for you to go and subscribe to my channel. I give really good content every week. I do this on the weekends, and so they usually drop Monday or Tuesday. So you don't want to miss it, because I feel like that if you're interested in real estate, if you're an investor, if you're a homeowner, then you're going to want to follow me and to see what's going on in the market and how this all relates to short sales and real estate investing in general. So, and the second thing I want to talk to you about now is how the real estate market is starting to trend down. Yeah, there's a lot of anecdotal evidence out there. There's a lot of denial from real estate agents and people in the market who don't believe that we're seeing a downward turn. That's all we still have. The market's healthy, everything's fine. They've never gone through what I went through in the 1980s, like I said, with sky high interest rates, inflation out of control. And I'm telling you that things are not rosy, and that these trends are going to get worse and worse and worse. So let's talk about some statistics, okay? New listings are down 17% already. Did you know that 86% of the properties that were sold had to have a price reduction? I mean, if you had told us that last year, everybody would have laughed at you, because the bubble was there and prices were going up and it was a feeding frenzy. But things are changing now. Right now, active listings, 42% of them have already had a price reduction. Pending sales are down 24% since last year. The number of contract signings, in other words, the number of properties that go under contract, is the lowest in 11 years. And prices have dropped almost 6% just in the last few months. So that tells you something. That tells you that these forces, these economic trends that are happening right now, are bringing the prices down. And I think that in 2023, that's going to be in hyperdrive. It's going to be enhanced. It's going to be something that's going to create the momentum for this to continue. And from a short sale point of view, we're talking about lowering prices to get lower, which means more and more people are upside down. The lower the prices go in the houses, the more people are upside down. And then when you have the economic situation with inflation and who knows what's going to happen, all this uncertainty right now, uncertainty causes, economic turmoil. That's just the way it is. People don't feel secure. They stop spending. When spending goes down, then it just sets off a whole new thing. Because remember, our economy is based on consumer spending. That's really what keeps it going. And when consumers stop buying, then everything goes down. People, companies start laying people off, and that's going to, more people laid off. They can't make their mortgage payments, and then of course we get short sales. And I want to tell you why I think that we're going to get more and more distressed sellers here in the next section. But before that, I'd love for you to leave a comment. I'm like I said, I say this every time I do a video, but it's true. I really want your feedback, and I want to hear your opinions about what I'm saying, maybe what you think about what's going on in the market, what you think, what your take is on this, because we're just trying to get some engagement here and provide value. That's the main thing that I'm looking for, is to give value to you. And so we talked about how rising inflation is leading to rising interest rates, which is leading to some very, I would say, worrying conditions in the market about, the more people who are priced out of houses. That means less people, less buyers, and it's going to become more of a buyer's market because prices are going to start going down. We talked about how the real estate market is already seeing the effects of this, about how these prices are going down, contract signings are lowest in 11 years, as I said. So what that means is that as we talk about prices, first of all, like I mentioned this before, but prices are going to start coming down, I believe, in 2023 at even a greater pace. And as inflation stays this way or goes up, then we're going to see more and more people who are not going to be able to buy like they used to. And consumer spending, guys, is really the bedrock of our economy. So people stop spending, then corporate profits go down. And what do corporations do? They start laying people off. When they lay people off, then obviously you have even more turmoil in the market. Consumers' mood gets worse. They stop spending even more, and then we're cycling down into a recession. And how deep that recession is going to be, I don't know. But that's from the point of view of consumers, right? As the economy starts going down, as interest rates are up, people just not going to be able to afford the same kind of houses like they used to. And so you're going to see more and more people putting their houses up for sale. And like I said in the previous section, as prices go down, people who bought up here, you see how that spread between what the prices are now and what they bought for. You see how this is going to keep expanding. And that means more and more people are going to be in foreclosure, more and more people are going to be upside down. And so short sales are going to be the name of the game for a significant part of the housing market. And I'm telling you, wages just aren't keeping up. Employers are not paying people. And so you've got inflation that's cutting into people's. It's like a cancer. You can only spend a certain amount of money every month because you have your wages are stagnant, and as prices go up, less and less of your discretionary income is available, and so it's just a vicious cycle. I've been through this, like I said, a couple of times, and it's coming. It's on its way, right? So as a real estate investor, what can you do? You need to get with me and let's talk about short sales and how you can get in my network, and I can make sure that you can continue to make money in real estate investing when the market continues to go down. Because listen, I made a lot of money in 2008, 9, 10, 11, 12, whatever, until about 2018. And you can do the same thing. And this is insurance. Short sales are your insurance to make sure you can keep being a real estate investor, a profitable real estate investor, especially if you're a wholesaler. For a wholesaler, fix and flip, you really want to be in the short sale game. And so go down to the description here. There's a website there you can go to, reach out to me, and I can teach you how to do this and join my network. And I can help you find these kinds of sellers, and we can joint venture and we can make money together. If you're a homeowner, I urge you to reach out to me if you find that you need to sell and you cannot close with a full payment of your mortgage without coming out of pocket. That's a short sale. Reach out to me as well, and we can talk about how I can help you. Doesn't matter where you are in the country, I can help you. So thank you very much for watching my video, and I look forward to giving you more content in the future.